they are creative gods. I hope.
Never mind.
Okay. Welcome to the Northbound Videographer Podcast. I don't even know if this is what we're going to call it, but that's what we're calling it. I'm with my main homie, Nav. Hi,
What's
guys.
up, Cams?
Yeah.
What's up, world?
Let's give a little bit of an introduction of like who we are and what each of us does.
Yeah.
Okay. I stress. No, okay. I'm Shia. I've been in the wedding industry for 10 years. I've been running my own video business for 6 years. I do a little bit of commercial, but most recently, and this is part of what the podcast is, trying to get into like education, helping the community, motivation, inspiration. But I still love weddings, so I'll probably stick with it for a while, long while.
Yeah, I'm a creative, a filmmaker, videographer, as some like to call it. We have controversial points about using that term. But yeah, I've been shooting weddings for 10 years. I have shot a lot of music videos. Yeah, I just shoot. Yeah,
you have done it all.
Yeah.
I don't think I've shot a music video since college, and I can't even really call it a music video.
Yeah.
Okay. And why don't we tell people how we met? Because it gets a little spicy. Are we telling that story? How we first met? PG. Okay, we're going PG.
Yeah.
So I was working with another studio. I can go.
I'll start it off.
Okay, you start. Yeah.
So I'm on Indeed looking for jobs, you know what I mean, in the wedding industry. And I see, do we mention the studio?
Yeah. I mean, we'll learn. This is episode 1. We'll see if there are repercussions. But I'm tight with the owner, so that's okay.
So I see this job offer from Beautiful Life Studios, a full-time position. I'm going to talk numbers.
Yeah, do it. Yeah.
I forget how old I am at this point, but I see this job and it's like 60, 70K a year, full-time, like a 40-hour, creative director at Beautiful Life Studios. Like, yo, I need that. You know what I mean? And this is probably like year 3 of me shooting weddings. And so I apply. I forget what the application process is, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, get my first like training wedding with them. And I show up to that place in Langley, in Fort Langley, the one everyone takes photos of.
Oh, okay.
Show up there, first job. All right, cool, meet you. Don't know who else I met at that one, but meet you. And
I don't remember that. I don't remember meeting you there.
Yeah, I don't remember too much of it. I just remember like, yo, I got to get this job, so I'm going to work my ass off. Like, what does this guy need? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I think that's probably when I realized, oh, this guy's leaving and I'm trying to take his job.
Because I was starting this.
Yeah.
Essentially. Yeah.
And so fast forward, maybe like 2 weeks later, get another call about another wedding in Whistler. And that's when we kind of like got to spend some time and like I really learned I was trying to take your job.
You're at. Were we there for multiple days? Because I think it was an Indian wedding.
Yeah, I think I was just there for one night.
Right.
Great night.
That was a great night. We're not going to share those stories. If you want to hear anything, you DM me and I will tell you the story. That was the first time. But then when I started Shy K Films, I had another guy that I was shooting with, this Australian guy. He's a dope guy, amazing photographer now.
Yeah.
And we worked so well together, but then eventually he bought like an Alexa Mini or something. I think that was the camera. Mm-hmm. And he was like, Shy, this is really big. Like it's not going to blend in the way you want. Are you sure like we want to stay on the job together? And I remember thinking, bro, like I'm going to miss you. I cannot have like a big ass cinema camera. Although now people are doing it with cinema cameras, but this was like 6 years ago. Mm-hmm. And then I think that's when I DM'd you 6 years ago. Like I needed help and then you came in, but I was working with someone for it was like just under a year, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how we ended up working together. Mm-hmm. So my question is, from your point of view, why do you think our dynamic works?
Oh man, we're so different. Like Yeah, we're so different. And like, it's like the perfect yin and yang to especially like a wedding day. Right. Shai is like so high energy. He'll like, come into a room and just like light it up. His presence is like super felt, where I'm like calm, reserved, but very like I'm calm, I'm reserved, and
I would say, if I can jump in, like you're like intentional, caring, reassuring, and then when something great happens, like you cheer on the couple. Mm-hmm. So like but not in like a volume way. You don't do it with volume. You do it with like compliments. Mm-hmm. So it is very like grounded. But that's just the front facing. That's just the client facing. Mm-hmm. Then like behind the scenes, it's like, yo, Shai, I gotta try this. Can I try this? Can I try that? Let's do this. Nah, man, you gotta do this. Like this always like, not that I'm inadequate, but like, it's always like, yo, we gotta try this. Like, let's do something. This, even nowadays you're sending like DMs about inspiration. But back in the day, like 6 years ago, there was like a dynamic where we kind of like we worked well together. We had a similar style, but there was still some like coaching. I remember like some coaching on you. It's like, okay, if the nasty hose is in the back of the shot, like close the gate so we don't see the hose or avoid the hose. They were like little things, but then you would flip it on me. It's like, don't settle. You're never good enough. Not that you're an asshole like that, but it was, and I always appreciated that because like I did not want to switch to S-Vlog. That's like the main story I tell, dude. Like, I was like some old grump, like fuck S-Vlog. I'm not gonna do this. And then when it was your wedding and you finally started XO before I think it had a name, I tried it out on your dime. I'm like, oh man, like this works. So Nav is caring, but he'll push you. And
yeah. I would say I'm very like behind the scenes and internally. I feel much more like militant and like competitive, and like playing sports my whole life. I bring like that sports mentality into our team and like,
okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's like you're pushing, but because where people's potential hasn't been reached, essentially.
Yeah.
It's like keep going.
Yeah, like creatively, there's always room to get better. And that's like cliche, right? There's always room to get better. But even when you're at a really high level, the only way you grow is if you still have that same mentality as year 1, year 2 Shire and Nav.
Yeah.
And like that learning mindset. And yeah, just like I feel like as creatives, we get a lot of praise. We get a lot of praise from clients. We get a lot of praise from Instagram, social media. And sometimes there's not as much critique as you want in your life. You know what I mean? And so I try and like surround myself with people who will tell me my work's ass and vice versa.
Right.
To help push that.
Well, that's why it's good to have a group of friends and that are also creatives, but also like to be in other groups where they'll tell you, why are you smiling like this? What are you thinking? Why are you smiling? The way he's looking at me right now. That's why it's good to be in other groups of creatives. And I'm only a part of a couple, but I don't send my work to them, but I'm constantly getting notifications like, hey, you want to critique my work? And I'm not one of the guys that's going to like jump in. I want to be and review. I want to be. I'm just got too much going on. But that's healthy. So this is a good segue. Like, why are we doing this podcast now? Why not earlier? And why not later? Yeah. I think for me, it's that, first of all, caveat is that we're not like the end all be all. We're not like the gurus. I'm not just saying that because you're Indian. It's literally like what GPT told me to say.
Gotcha. You'll learn Shai is a big GPT proponent.
We've had enough experience. It's been 10 years for me. I don't know how long it's been for you. Maybe the same.
Yeah.
But we've been through enough that now we have some stories and insight. And like, I mean, look at this space. Clearly you're making enough money.
Yo, chill.
Listen, we're making enough that we feel good about our life and that we want others to succeed. And I think that's what the Northbound Videographer podcast should become. It's like a resource. It's inspiration for people to keep going.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you're in weddings, commercial, music videos, part-time, full-time.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if this is just a little resource or an escape briefly.
Yeah.
For people that we know and that are like us.
Yeah.
That's what I want it to be.
And at the same time, I feel like we got to take the mentality of the least this can be is helping one person, helping, you know, there's like that threshold for it. But on top of that, like, I feel like, yeah, we have to like come into this podcast with like no expectations. And we have to come into this podcast also treating it like a documentation of like what we've done and are doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's healthy even just to like talk about it and reflect on it. Like, because we don't debrief our weddings.
Yeah.
We don't even see our footage for how long.
Yeah.
And then when we do see it, we're sending it to the client. I might send you a screenshot of like, yo, this is dope, or go slower, you know, but we don't really analyze.
And like, man, I feel like we kind of got to be open books because we do have so much dialogue behind the scenes of how to grow and how to like push the quality of our work, and, you know, obviously have insight from like how to go from part-time to full-time and stuff. And like, you know, maybe I haven't said this as much in the last couple of months, but we got to be in like a no gatekeeping mindset and really like, we should tell, I don't know, we'll get into that later, but being open books as far as like, man, half of being a creative and the space that you're in with weddings and I'm in, and music videos as well, commercials, they all play a part. But like, I feel like the business side of things is something that's pretty, you know, taboo to talk about from the filmmaking side of things.
It's not sexy at all. Like, we can talk gear, but
yeah. Like, ultimately that stuff, you know, gear is great, you know, love buying gear. But if you're, just financially, there's a lot of things that go unsaid. And I feel like, we can help out on that side of things too.
Yeah. So I think before we get into like what to expect from the podcast and to dive into maybe gatekeeping, we can do that. Let's just take a quick break. Let's go to our sponsors. Hey, it's Shy K Films here. Book your wedding. Make me some money. So we were talking about gatekeeping and what to expect on the podcast. I want this to be pretty much like an open book. I think we should like not shy away from money necessarily. Things that are bothering us, things that we love. We can do like, you know, hot, controversial opinions. Breakdown of gear. I don't know. Maybe we'll do that in the future. I'm not super into that, but we could do it. Successes, emotional things, highs, lows, whatever.
Like different points of our filmmaking journey too.
Oh man. Yeah. Because it's been a crazy roller coaster. I've almost quit like 4 times, but then I've also felt like I'm the king of the world a few times. Yeah. So for gatekeeping,
is that what we're hopping into first?
Well, it's pretty much like, we can kind of go for like 10 minutes more or something like that. But like, any stories you want us, like I wrote down like client stories, embarrassing things, like what gear we hate, you know, or totally off topic. Like we can talk more of the human thing. I think I want to talk a little bit about gatekeeping because I've had an experience. And since you and I have been together since like the beginning of my career, you kind of know what I'm talking about. But there was a point, maybe like it was the pandemic, that I started like protecting my knowledge because someone that I had helped out, another company, small company, you know, like solopreneur type thing. Like I was giving them all this information about like live streaming. And I thought they were just asking me about their client because they hired me to live stream for their client. And I thought they were just getting clarification. Then I was like, I use this encoder, this lens, this OBS stream, whatever, this microphone. And then like a few weeks later, or maybe it was a month later, it was like, now they're doing live streaming. And as I'm saying this, actually, I wonder if it was already in the works.
Mm-hmm.
I like to be I like to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
But for a while I was like, yo, fuck that. Like why didn't they just ask me? If it was in fact they were getting information to do it themselves, like why didn't they just ask me?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of phrasing it in a way like they were asking for their client.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of got like super protective.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't want to tell people what I'm doing because then I'm going to lose out and I need to like survive the pandemic.
Yeah.
But if someone wants information and they just say, hey, come out like, hey, I'm new, blah, 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 then I'll give them the information. But for a while, I was like, nope.
Yeah. And that's the scarcity mindset.
Right.
You know what I mean? The scarcity versus abundance mindset. And like, I feel like, yeah, we start off definitely in a scarcity mindset when we're doing this stuff. Like I'm saying, like, maybe I'm playing devil's advocate to you. It's like, I feel like now if that same scenario happened, you would not even care. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, if it happened now with the experience, it would be, are you trying to do this yourself or is this for a client? Like I would just call them out.
Right.
And like in my joking confrontational way, that's how I do things.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there are so many people that I have learned from and they've just given me free information. And then I end up buying their courses like Ryan Coral from the Grow Your Video podcast or Grow Your Video Business podcast or Tell Studios. Like, dude, he's giving me so much free shit. And then I'm like, yeah, I'll pay into your course. Like I invited him out to the first Northbound and flew him out. Mm-hmm. It can be nerve wracking though. Mm-hmm. If your bread and butter is filmmaking and you give all your information away. Yeah,
no, I like we've been experiencing that with like the, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Yes. Yeah. In the last couple of years, there have been more people whose style reflects what you've been doing.
And yeah, so like a lot of people will come up to me and be like, yo, this company's video, like they're totally trying to be you. Yo, like this company's video totally looks like a EXO Next Day edit, or like, oh, they use the same music as you, blah, blah. Like it's constant. And I've really had to like check myself and be like, everything that I was inspired by inspired EXO. And like, I read this book once and it was like, I forget the name of it, but it's like all art is stolen, or like, everything's already been done
and nothing is original.
Nothing is original.
Right.
And so, yeah, like,
I don't think that you should feel some type of way about people doing your style.
Yeah.
Because man, the people that inspired me, Hello Tomorrow and Tomas Wagner, I totally bit their style in a sense, or I was inspired by them. And then you interpret it through what you do. They will never do XO. There will be similarities. Like, man, the other day I saw this awesome, or like a few months ago, actually, I saw a wicked Next Day edit from Emerald Films. And I just loved how still their shots were. And it was so real, the good one. And I was like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
And maybe they saw my edits and felt like I'm biting their style or whatever. But I was so moved and it transformed how I approach things now.
Yeah.
And now you still, like in the wedding industry, way more people are being still.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like Jay and Mac are doing it and we're still looking at their work. But there's a difference between like gatekeeping to protect yourself and not feeling or not enjoying that people like that people are biting your style.
Yeah.
I think those are similar, but I don't know, man. We stand on the shoulders of giants. Like so many people came before us.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, like the companies you mentioned, they are who I'm inspired by. Emerald, Hello Tomorrow, like everything's been done. Everything will continue to like be reinvented. And you always, I think saying you can't look at Instagram or social media for inspiration, like, oh, you shouldn't compare yourself. I think that's kind of like my hot take is like, you should compare yourself.
You should compare yourself.
And maybe this is coming from a business standpoint of I'm inspired by the highest level of work and what does my work look like to the highest level of work? And maybe from a business end, like what does the highest level of work charge and how can I, raise my level to charge a higher price. And you do have to look at that, but I understand that like comparison is a thief of all joy, and you can't hang your head when you're comparing yourself. You can't compare yourself in a negative way where it's like,
yeah, I think that's what people are saying. That that type of comparison, when you feel down about yourself, and I've been there, definitely been there. That's what steals your joy. Like, man, the most potent memory I have about that was there was a newer videographer than me, and they actually volunteered at Northbound between the first and the fourth year, so I won't be specific, but they were volunteering, and I saw their work, and I was like, this is amazing, and I am shit compared to them. And I was actually in a funk for like, I think a couple days, and I had to tell Megan. And then later on, when they volunteered at Northbound, they gave me like a huge thank you in front of everybody. They're like, what you do is incredible. And it kind of like just like changed the perspective again. And I told this person that I felt like that. I'm like, no, like you don't have to. Like I look up to you and we look up to each other. Like it's just so strange that we do that. But why do you think we compare as a creatives? Why is it that we're comparing and feeling like inadequate? What is it?
I think it ultimately comes from like trying to get better, I think.
It's like wanting to be better. Like you feel you want to do this so sincerely and create your art, but it's hard to when you don't have the skills or support or how do you get that look? How do you grade? And then you feel like a doofus. But it matters so much to you that you just hate yourself for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you find out the person that you're looking up to is like looking up to you. And that just changes everything.
Yeah. Like,
oh God.
I don't know where I'm going with this. Like,
well, we were talking about like gatekeeping and looking at other people and then comparing and how that could help us grow. Why don't we loop it back to the gatekeeping? Like the people that have helped us along the way. We're probably like pretty tight with them and we support each other and we see them succeed. We learn from them. We succeed. Maybe we help them out in some way, either working with them or referring them. Dude, I've never met the guys from Emerald, but I refer them whenever I'm busy.
Yeah.
I just know that they're going to take care of people. So why don't we switch gears? Do you want to talk about what's exciting you right now? Or something you've learned in the biz, or what do you want to talk about?
I think I have a closing thing about like comparing yourself and kind of going back to like, I can't be offended if someone's copying me because I've copied before. It would be hypocritical of me to be offended by.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so at the end of the day, you just have to create the best art that you possibly can. But the problem with trying to copy is that in order to stay relevant and in order to like keep evolving, we have to collectively come up with new things. You know what I mean? And I feel like sometimes in the industry, we're so wrapped around like how to do stuff that's already been done that we don't push the boundary, that we don't try new things.
Right.
And I just want, if you're like watching, like to go to a shoot and like try something new every single time. You know what I mean?
And it could elevate the industry. I like that you said that because that makes me think of the person that did the first same day edit. I think it was like invented in the Philippines. That wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
And then now like if you do it, you're a goat, like you're a luxury, like that's an incredible feature, but someone had to do it first. And then now the people that do it, it's an incredible service. So we should be inspired by others. We shouldn't feel bad if people copy us. And as a collective, like if we lift each other up, we can all get more work, charge more.
Yeah.
People will see the value in videography because we're years behind photography. So as a whole, I think we have a lot of growth to do. And I hope that's what this podcast is. I hope it somehow helps the industry grow, helps people feel more confident and more human, this business sucks at times, but it's also wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel people struggle, and I want them to feel ours. And if we can just do some laugh at times and just kick it, I think that would be really nice.
Yeah.
So I think that's episode 1.
Is that episode 1?
Yeah, I think that's episode 1. Mm-hmm. Hopefully you took something away from this. Mm-hmm. You know, we're going to find our groove. Mm-hmm. I have no idea what this is going to be. I
think that's a good ending. You know what I mean? If there's one thing that people can take out of this podcast, it's like to like push the industry in a better place.
Yeah, I think that's important because a lot of people are getting married this year, next year, the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's it. See you at the next one.